Hey, good morning everybody and welcome to ShortSalePowerHour.com. Kevin's drinking some gross purple, black, ugly looking drink. I'm Fred Weaver. You're watching Short Sale Power Hour, brought to you by Group 4610. And we're having this conversation for the last 2 weeks around how to get a short sale approved in the first 60 days of contract acceptance, right? How many of us would like every short sale we were negotiating to get approved in the first 60 days? I would. Okay, so the idea is to master the first 30 days. Get your package received, get a valuation order, and the last piece to this whole puzzle. Now, we talked last time about how these things can happen differently in different orders, okay? Go back and watch Wednesday's video. But the last piece of the first 30 days is that we want to find out, we want to get somebody assigned to our account. Let me say it that way. Okay. Meaning that we want the short sale to be assigned to a processor, a setup person, an adjuster, I don't care what you want to call them, right? The point is we want it to be assigned to a person at the bank. Yeah. And the reason we want it to be assigned to a person is that person is going to be the one that communicates to us if the package is truly complete, if the BPO was truly received back at their bank, and what the next steps in the process are. Now, this person might be the person that reviews the file. Potentially, they're the one that also submits it for approval, but they may just be a processor who's getting all the documents together and then hands it over to the real guy who's doing the, if you will, the deeper level work, okay? The point is you want to get it assigned. Now, at most banks, you have the ability to find out who the person you're getting your file assigned to is. Yeah. Like in Equator, for example, it's really easy because the name's right there and their contact information's right there. And it even lets you email them right there in Equator. And you can even email their supervisor right there in Equator as well, right? So that's the easy part. I don't even know that we need to cover Equator because it's like, can you follow a bunch of steps? Right?
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
The tip with Equator, though, is don't like sit there and just keep playing the tasks. Like actually pick up the phone and call your processor. That might actually work. So when I'm working with a bank who doesn't use Equator, how do I find out who's assigned to my account?
Oh, it's easy. You pick the phone up and you call.
And you say,
hey, who is my account assigned to?
Oh, hey.
It's not that hard. And it's really, I know you're, okay, we're making that simple, but it is that simple. You just pick the phone up, you call, and you ask. And here's the deal. You know what? If you're told I can't give you that information, here's what you have the right to do. You have the right to hang the phone up, and then you have the right to hit redial, and you call back and you talk to some other bonehead and you ask them the question. Yep. And they give you the answer. And if they don't, then you repeat last step, you hang the phone up and you call back again. And you just call and you ask the question until you get the answer that you're looking for. It's really not that hard, but a lot of people think, well, you know, the bank won't share this information with me. First of all, it's easier than ever to get that type of information from lenders, find out who your file's assigned to. And it's even easy these days, in my opinion, to find out who those people's managers are and who their managers are.
So the idea is get their contact information. Yeah. Figure out how their first, middle, and last name are spelled, get their phone number, get their email address, and then find out who they report to. Yeah. I mean, that literally is the ideal, right? And if you want more information on tips and tricks and how to do that and all that, we've got some videos we filmed well over a year ago on what we call pre-escalation that describe in detail how to get somebody's information, why we want them to spell their name, why we want their middle initial. But the idea here is we want to gather and collect as much contact information as possible, and we don't just want one person at the bank. We want the one person assigned to the account and who they report to at a minimum. Yeah. Because we want to have a fallback if that person's unavailable or doing a good job or bad job or whatever, we still want to have somebody else to reach out to. Yeah. Is that not simple enough?
It's very simple.
And from there, the next piece just looks like, okay, what do I need to do to get my file submitted for approval? I mean, that really is the end of the first 30 days. When you're having this conversation at this time, you're usually in week 3 or 4.
Those are all the critical things that have to happen first. Yep. And when you get those done, then it's really just, okay, what? Depending on the lender, depending on the delegation, or if this is owned by this lender or the servicer, if it's owned by a different investor, like how does this work? Like what is the next step, the approval process take? And it's really not that hard once you've conquered those 3 things.
Absolutely. So hope you guys have enjoyed our series here on the first 30 days and how to get short sales approved in 60 days or less. We're going to come back next week with another topic that we're going to go a little bit deeper into like we've done here. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something, even if you're doing a lot of short sales. Hopefully this caused you to look at your own systems and your own processes for, well, how can I improve this? How can I make it better? Ready to wrap it up? Good. 1, 2, 3. Short Sale Power Hour. Short Sale Power Hour. Crush it.